Hello, Laura here. Today we're looking at the second lesson in motion and we're looking at speed. We're going to use a calculation to work out time, distance and speed. So let's look at speed. Speed is a physical quantity. It tells us how fast something is moving. It is how far something travels in a certain time. A speed is just a number, it's a scalar and doesn't tell us what direction something is travelling in. To find out the average speed, and it is average, not the speed of every part of the journey, it's an average speed of an object, if we know the distance travelled, we can divide it by the time it's taken. Exam questions could ask you to calculate either the time, the distance or speed, so we can use this triangle. Now the triangle is really useful because we cover up the thing that we want, and it'll say that in the question. Find out the distance or something that equates to that, or find out the time or how long did it take, or find out the speed. And so we just cover up the one we want and we use the calculation. So if they're at the bottom, they're times by. If they're at the top to the bottom, it's divided by. Let's have a look at some examples. A car drives 120 miles in 3 hours. Calculate the average speed it travelled at. So 120 miles is the distance divided by the time, and we can work that out. A lorry travels 100 miles an hour at an average speed of 25 miles per hour, working out how long the journey takes. And a pigeon flies for 7 hours at a speed of 70 kilometers an hour. Calculate how far the pigeon flies. So here we have the car drives 120 miles in 3 hours, so we said that speed is distance divided by time. So the speed is 120 divided by 3 is 40 miles per hour. The lorry that travels 100 miles at an average speed of 25 miles per hour, work out how long the journey takes. So how long is another way of saying the time. So time equals distance divided by speed, times 100 divided by 25 equals 4 hours. Remember, it's hours, make sure you carry on the units. A pigeon flies for 7 hours at a speed of 70 kilometers an hour. Calculate how far the pigeon flies. So how far is the distance? Distance equals speed times time. So distance equals 70 times 7 is 190 kilometers. Distance and displacements. We looked at displacement the last time. The red line represents a journey that has a longer distance than the displacement, which is represented by the black arrow. To work out the distance, we would have to know the path taken. The displacement only tells us the starting point and the end point. It is the direction as the crow flies, we sometimes say. The circle represents the start of a journey. Someone travelled this wiggly path and the distance was 2 miles, but the displacement would be 0 because they've ended up back at where they started. Let's have a look at velocity. Here the cars have the same speed represented by the arrows, but different velocities because the direction they are travelling is different. And there we have it. We've described speed and distance in terms of velocity and displacement. We have used calculations to work out time, distance and speed. Take care for now. Bye.